Hey everyone, I'm going to go ahead and give you an overview of what you can expect for week 1. You're creating an idea. You're coming up with a media treatment. You're picking a company or a product and you're doing a 30-second commercial on it. On FSO, you're going to have a lesson, a discussion, and an assignment. So first up, let's talk about the lesson. So the goal for this week is to create pre-production materials that will be assembled inside of a media treatment for your 30-second video. This will be shot and edited within the first 2 weeks of Project in Portfolio 6. Please download the Project in Portfolio 6 Media Treatment Keynote template and follow that as you go along with the lesson plan. Now, when you create this media treatment, what I'd like you to do is keep the company or product in mind. That way, when you create the keynote, you can style it using the company's font, using the company's colors, adding little graphic design or design embellishments throughout the keynote to make it look like it's branded for that company. Add images, add anything you like to make it more visually appealing for everybody to look at. The first task is the creative brief and the brand design guidelines. Basically, this is you picking a company and figuring out who they are. What do they like? What don't they like? What are their colors? What's their target market? What is their basic overall brand? You can use this to help market the video that you're going to create, so everything kind of stays in line with the company's messaging. The creative brief is meant to show the information on the company and how they use these items for branding. This can help you when you're coming up with ideas for your video. Brand design guidelines is what the company uses to communicate their ideas to the public. So this is where you're going to find the color, the type, the word mark, their logo. This is how the public recognizes their brand. And these are things that you're going to want to add in your video. Task 2 is going to be a mood board. We're going to arrange 16 images that's going to give me the look and the feel of what kind of video you're going to create. So these can be anything from photos that you've taken yourself, photos that you've grabbed off the internet, maybe a certain text or phrase that you want to be in your video, anything that's basically going to give me the idea of when you finally shoot and edit your video, what it's going to look like. So these images should stay true throughout the whole process. When you do the mood board, there's a Photoshop template that I'd like you to follow. This way you can add all of your 16 images into one file, organize them so they're cohesive and uniform, and then you're going to export that JPEG and put that into your media treatment. Task 3 is going to be the concept. Develop an elevator pitch. Sell me your idea. In as few words as possible, tell me why this video is going to be impactful for that company, why it's going to help, and what it's basically going to do for them. Task 4 is going to be the treatment. You're going to write up a summary of how the commercial is going to look when you edit the 30-second spot. So what kind of cast are you using? What kind of costume, wardrobes, and props do you need? What type of locations are you going to go to? Basically, you're telling me what this commercial is going to look like when you finally shoot and edit the piece. This should stay true throughout the whole entire project. If you give me a concept and a treatment for an idea, and I get really excited and I give you the money or the budget to go ahead and create something, in the end, this is what I expect to see. I expect it to look and feel like the mood board. I expect the concept and the treatment to resemble the final 30-second edit. So keep that in mind throughout the whole process. Task 5 is going to be the audio and visual script. You're going to take your 30-second commercial and you're going to think about the shots and you're going to think about the voiceover that's going to be in your piece. So how is this all going to, interlace or interact with each other? Shot 1 is going to be a person walking through the door, and your voiceover is going to be, have you ever walked through the door and can't figure out where your keys are? And then you can go into what your product maybe helps you with or what this company can do for you. So you're going to lay it out. Follow the keynote template that I provided to help you with this. Task 6 is the storyboards. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your AV script and you're going to break it down so you can basically compose each shot. What is shot 1 of that person walking through the door going to look like? Is it going to be a wide shot, a medium shot, a close-up? And then how are you going to frame the camera to tell the story? This really helps you break down your idea into the visual compositions that you need to tell your story effectively and make sure that people kind of get engaged in what you're showing them. When you do your storyboards, think about how you're going to shoot the scenes. What's going to actually be in the frame of the camera? Are there going to be talent in there? Are there going to be props? Are there going to be costumes? Is there a certain location that you want to be at? Do you want the camera to kind of pan or tilt into the next shot? This will really help break down your visual ideas so you can tell your story within those 30 seconds that you have. After you completed all 6 tasks, the creative brief and the brand design guidelines, the mood board, the concept, the treatment, the AV script, and the storyboards, then you're ready to really go ahead and start shooting your idea or your concept for this video. So go ahead, read lesson 1, read through every section, and take it part by part. Now, I know this might be the first time that anybody's ever created some video content, but that's okay. What I really want you to do is try. Basically, just think of an idea or something that's creative that you can actually shoot. Now remember, keeping it simple is the best thing to do in this project. Don't think about something that you want to shoot if you realistically can't go out there and shoot it. So keep everything small scale, and remember, you're shooting this, you're editing it, and you're creating it. For the discussion post, like all discussions this month, you'll have some information to turn in by Wednesday at midnight, and you'll have a response due by Sunday at midnight. For the discussion post this week, what I wanted to do is give you some more information about how to tell a visual story. How are you going to frame the camera? How are you going to frame your shots? How are you going to effectively communicate your ideas to actual shots that you're going to take for this video? So I've compiled a couple videos for you to watch. Basic composition and exposure. These will help you with some video skills when you go out there to create content or to gather the footage for this commercial that you're creating. Next up, we have week 1's assignment, which is building a media treatment. So you're going to take all the information that you learned in the lesson and you're going to apply that to your assignment. So this is where you're actually going to be turning in your Project and Portfolio 6 Keynote template filled with all the information that you've gathered on your company or product. So for week 1's assignment, you're going to turn in all the sections: the creative brief and the brand design guidelines, the mood board, the concept, the treatment, the AV script, and the storyboards. That way you can have your idea settled on, and week 2 can be focused on going out there and shooting the content for your commercial. All the information for week's 1 assignment is on FSO, so just read it thoroughly and make sure that you turn in everything that I'm asking for. And remember, we are doing this template in Keynote, so make sure that when you export it, you turn in a PDF.